Welcome to the 30k channel. I'm David.
And I'm Boris.
And we have part 4 of our campaign, Enemy Unknown, and the mission is called Desperate Measures.
Whew. Setting the scene.
Go on.
Yeah. So as the title says, things have gone a bit wrong. We're in the second half of the campaign now, so missions 1 to 3, if you haven't watched them, go watch them immediately. They're great fun. We're kind of discovering the XENOS threat, tabulating it, finding out what they're like, and then it turns out they're very scary, and more of them are turning up across the planet. We're on Fraxis 3. So this is Desperate Measures, quite literally. We are on the outskirts of the city. You can see the sort of road to the city. We've been getting closer and closer out from the wilderness in game 1 towards the single settlement on the planet. And the enemy unknown, the XENOS threat, are coming in huge numbers. So the Mechanicum, or the Magos in charge, has sent what little forces they have to blunt the XENOS charge and halt them outside the city, or at least to try and stall them for as long as possible. And to represent that, we are playing Onslaught, plain and simple, nice and easy. And we have a couple of Onslaught markers just to represent things both sides are aiming to get to.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
For Malinax, we have a felled Seneschal, Knight in the Sand, and then for the unknown, the enemy unknown.
Yeah, we just got some 3 little worker drones which have unfortunately been slaughtered and left on a pyre to taunt us.
Left on the landing pad, ready to collect.
That's
Maybe
right.
We're going to send a Thunderhawk to come and collect them and take them back to be dissected to find out how to blow them up better.
We're not going to let you do that.
No.
But you've reinforced your Questoris Knight army with a big boy, haven't you?
We're gone for the poor fire on.
Oh.
Last few games, shooting was good, but I think we lacked the long-range heavy firepower. So now we have a definite heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Going to be horrible. Hopefully he's going to be blasting all the little scuttly worker drones to pieces. We've also gone up to 7, so we're quite a hefty Knight banner now.
Yeah.
We're no longer in sort of a skirmish, but you've also got quite a sea of little.
Yeah. So we've got 12 worker drones and 2 guardians. So we've just added another guardian drone unit since the last game. So we've been ramping up in 500-point increments. But yeah, you can definitely tell the Knight banner have got a bit more keen because of that Porphyron is a formidable beast to go up against. You know, Boris's Ion Shield save has been phenomenal in this game. So we need to take him down early.
I hope you don't.
Well, at least we haven't got to contend with a what's the Mechanicum Knight called? Atropos.
No, not
He's
this
a tough
time.
customer.
Yeah, I think that flare shield -1 strength, and then the chance to get a vortex on the grav weapon, D across the board. Yeah, it's nice little Knight, and the flank speed I think makes a huge difference. The fact that you can in your run in the shooting phase just pelt a good sort of 9, 10, 11 centimeters in this case forward is just great. So really flexible.
Yeah, definitely. So if we look towards this game, we've always got a line drawn in the sand there by the roadway, and the XENOS threat is going first. Do you fancy a seize?
No. So you won the last game. So you got to pick whether you went first, go first, go second. Went for deploy first, go first.
Yes. And
that suits us. We're not going to seize because we are out of range pretty much to start with. So we're fine with you coming towards us. Also gives us that last turn to capture the objective if we're anywhere near it. So no seize.
All right, cool. Let's get on with it. We'll go straight into the list, have a look at what's been taken, and then we'll go into the XENOS turn 1.
Leading House Malinax is a Seneschal in a Cerastus Knight Lancer chassis. He is equipped with an Iron Shield and a Cerastus Shock Lance. Only fast attack choice for House Malinax is a Scion Dolores. He is piloting a Cerastus Knight Castigator, who is armed with a Castigator pattern bolt cannon and a Tempest Warblade. The first 2 of 4 troops choices are 2 Scion Marshals. They are both piloting Questoris Knight Styraxes. They are equipped with Volkite Chirovils. They have been upgraded to have Hecaton Siege Claws and have hull-mounted Graviton guns. Troops choice 3 and 4 are 2 Scion Aspirants. They are both piloting Questoris Knight Paladins. They are equipped with rapid-fire battle cannons, a Reaper Chainsword, and a hull-mounted Heavy Stubber. Finally, in a heavy support choice is a Scion Arbalester. He is piloting a Nacastus Knight Porphyrion. He is equipped with 2 twin-linked Magna Las cannons, a hull-mounted Ironstorm missile pod, and has upgraded to have 2 hull-mounted las cannons.
The XENOS army includes 2 Guardian drones, one of which is the Warlord. They're equipped with heavy mine blasts, cluster spines, disruption spike, and a telekinetic dome. There are 16 worker drones in the army, 4 units of 4, and they're equipped with mind lances, lesser telekinetic domes, and cluster spines. XENOS turn 1 movement, everything has moved forward. The Guardian Warlord is on the right hand side there, and he's been joined by 2 of those little worker drones, and then on the left hand side here we've got one of the Guardians moving up through those cranes, and then another 2 units to his right. So we should be in range of all our weaponry, and we need to focus our fire to try and take down these knights. XENOS turn 1 shooting. We're going to start on the left hand flank here with the drones to the right of the Warlord, and we're going to fire everything we can into that Paladin Knight. So we require 3s to hit, 11 shots. Oh, I've got a sneaky little extra one in there. Let's get rid of him. We do get to re-roll 1s though, thankfully, to the Warlord trait, target priority. And now we need 5 to glance and 6 to pen. 1 went out the dice tray. Oh, geez. Okay, we have 1 glance.
All right. The 2 paladins are piloted by Scion aspirants, so they're less experienced knights. Therefore, they have -1 ballistic skill, weapon skill, more importantly, -1 invuln. So he has a 5-up ion shield save. Doesn't matter, we pass anyway.
Next to fire is the unit behind the Warlord. Same again, 11 shots, 3s to hit. Reroll those 1s. That is a clean, or nearly a clean sweep. We list 2 there. And again, 5s and 6s. Let's have a little bit more action in this one. Yeah, this is really good. So we've got 3 glance and a pen. Let's have those glances.
All right, 3 glancing hits, 5 up. Ooh, we shrug off 2. That's fantastic. And single penetrating. No, slips through.
All right, could cause some extra damage on a 6. No, so that's just 2 hull points. Finally, the Guardian drone steps up. Being the Warlord, he should hit with his heavy Mind Blast, which we do. It is a D shot, so let's see what we get. Oh, that is a big fat nothing. Far in the distance, the other Guardian drone can still see that initial Paladin, so we're going to try again, see if we can chip some more points off. 2s to hit. That is a hit, good start. And it's a D shot, remember. We do get a hit this time.
Okay, 5-up iron. Wow, shrugs it off.
The last unit to fire is this worker drone unit on the right-hand flank. I'm going to go into the Knight Paladin on the far right there. 11 shots, requiring 3s. We only dropped 1, that's pretty good. And again, we're on 5s and 6s. Oh, geez. We only get 2 glancing hits.
All right, 5-up invuln again. 1 pass, 1 fail, so 1 hull point.
And the turn 1 for the XENOS there was a ton of shots that hit their mark, but they just couldn't quite make it through those iron shields. It's like the first 2 missions all over again. But let's just see if we can hold out a little bit longer.
MALINAX turn 1 movement, and lucky to survive fairly unscathed there. Everything's advanced mostly across the board. On the left flank, the pair of Styrics and Paladin moved up 12. The centre, the Porphyrion, sat still. It's going to bring all its weapons to bear it can. The second pair of Styrics and Paladin have moved forward, and I'm going to engage the XENOS that shot at them. And on the far right, the Lancer just pushed forward. It's going to head for those hills to keep its head down and use its flank speed to push up further. Turn 1 shooting for MALINAX, and we started with the Scion aspirant in the Paladin, fired his rapid fire battle cannon into the group of worker drones just behind the first. 2 shots, 1 scattered ever so slightly, but it ended up with 7 hits to the unit, which is really great work. Strength 7, so we are 4s to wound. Ooh, that's quite good. 5 wounding hits at AP 3.
Wow, that's quite a lot. 5-up invulnerable save, none. Now we need some remarkable 6s. Come on, 2 at least. Oh no. Okay, so that will kill one of those drones, and 1 takes 1 wound.
Next to fire, the mighty Porphyrion levels the Magna las cannons at the rear unit of Guardian drones. 4 shots from the las cannons, twin-linked, large blast, all hit, which is fantastic, scoring 12 hits in total. Strength 10, so we are wounding on 2s. Ooh, okay, 2 1s, so that's not bad.
10 hits. All right, so we need our 5-up invulnerable saves first of all, of which we save 2. We could lose 2 drones here. And then 6s. Yeah, so look at that. We lose 2 drones.
Following up, the Acastus fires the Ironstorm missile pod at the second unit of drones, lands slap bang in the middle and clips 3. Strength 6, so we are 5 to wound. Wow, it's 2 wounding hits. It is only AP4, however.
3 up. Lovely.
The Knight Lancer isn't in range, so he chose to use flank speed and rolled an 11. Last up, the second Paladin with the Knight Aspirant fired its battle cannon at the unit of 2 drones. We were hoping to possibly kill 1 or 2. If we can kill the squad, we get a victory point for the Onslaught mission objective. However, the lower ballistic skill really told in this shooting phase, and both shots scattered without hitting anything. House MALINAX ended turn 1. Not too bad overall. We did a lot of damage with the shooting the Porphyrion, really showing why it's a scary beast, which is fantastic. Didn't score any of the Onslaught objectives for wiping a unit in the first turn, but that's wishful thinking.
XENOS turn 2 movement. We really suffered at the hands of those knights there, and our shooting was really ineffective thanks to some amazing Iron Shield saves. However, the entire army has pushed forwards, and it looks like we're going to have to focus all of our firepower onto those knights to bring 1 down a turn at least, whilst pushing forward and making for the objective. So we've got a lot of work to do, but we're confident our shooting can yield some results. XENOS turn 2 shooting. Again, we're going to focus our fire onto that Paladin to try and pull a knight down a turn if we can. We'll start off with the 2 drones behind the HQ. 5 shots requiring 3s to hit. Get to reroll 1s thanks to the Warlord trait. Still a miss. And again, 5s and 6s to glance and pen. Okay, not too bad. That's 1 glance.
5-up Ion fails. It goes through.
Next, we'll fire the Guardian drone at the same target, requiring a 2. Hits. It's a D weapon. And we get a result, which is great.
Okay, 5-up. No, goes through. So D3 hull points.
Come on. That is a mighty 1. Next to fire is the unit of 4 drones to the right of the Warlord there. And again, going into that Paladin, it's got 2 hull points left, so we're trying to pull it down. That is not a bad spread of hits. We could have done with that earlier. And again, 5s and 6s. Oh, not too bad. So we've got 2 pens and 2 glances.
Okay, 2 glances. We fail both of these. It's dead anyway. There we go. Fail both of them anyway. Just out of interest, pens. Fail both of those as well. Not even on a 4-up would have saved that, so it is doubly dead.
All right, let's roll on the chart just to see if it will hit anything. It's a Titanic explosion, and we'll pray it goes towards the Styrics if we can, which it does by 4, so we're going to have a quick measure and come back to you. The shot scattered towards the Styrics, but unfortunately the D-blast didn't clip or come anywhere close to the knight. However, it will be struck on the side with a Strength 10 blast, no Iron Shield, and it's a 2 to glance. Unbelievable. The Guardian drone is in the side arc of that Styrics, which is brilliant. And so hopefully we can try and hit it on a 2. Oh, it rolled onto a 1. Okay, so that is a hit, which is brilliant. There's no Iron Shield, and now it's just a D3 result on the chart there. Brilliant. So D3 hull points, and that gives us 2. The unit of 4 worker drones next to the Guardian drone will fire into the Paladin. It's taken a hull point already, so we're going to try and whittle it down a little bit more. There are 11 shots hitting on 3s. No 1s, because not in range of the Warlord, but that would have been nice. And with 5s to glance, 6 to pen. Come on, big roll. That is a good roll. So that is 3 glances and 1 penetrate.
Okay, it has already taken 1, so this might be enough to kill it if you get some extras. Glances first. 3 5-ups. All fails. That's 3 hull points. Penetrating hit. Passed on a 6. Lucky. So he's taken 4 now. 2 left.
Last round of shooting. That unit of 3 drones will again gang up on the Paladin. There are 8 shots. Let's see if we can bring it down. 3s to hit. Only dropping 2. That is a great result. And 5s and 6s. Big roll. Oh, 2 glances.
It's enough to do it. We need one of these 5-ups to pass. Oh, double 5. Loving it.
End of turn 2 for the XENOS there. An amazing round of shooting. However, we have been stopped again by those Ion Shields. They are absolutely brilliant. Other than that, we're in a good place. We're moving forward and we're making our way to the objective on the landing pad. So we'll see what happens.
House MALINAX turn 2, and we did have one unit in reserve which came on, which is absolutely great. It is the Knight Castigator, Cerastus. Came on from our board edge, no outflanking, but it allowed us to sort of redeploy almost as we were, which is great. The Lancer continued its push up, the Warlord on the left flank, and we're going to see if we can turn that flank and win it. The Styrics just moved up to the rocks, might try and get some cover saves against the nasty shooting. Porphyrion stood still, and the Styrics and the Paladin, both of which have taken a beating, are moving towards that onslaught objective on our side. We'll see if we can thin the ranks a bit further. Turn 2 shooting for House MALINAX, starting with the 2 Cerastus. The Castigator is not in range of anything, so chose to do a flank speed, rolled a 9. And the Knight Lancer, also not in range, so chose to do a flank speed and rolled a brilliant 14. First to shoot is the Styrics on our right flank. It's going to target the squad of worker drones that are down to 2 members with its Volkite weapon. 5 shots hitting on 3s. That is only 1 dropped. That's great. It's strength 8, so 3s to wound. Only 1 failed to wound, so that is 3 AP 3 wounds.
Okay, 5 up. Oh, 1's out the dice tray. Yeah, so we fail 1, but we do get a feel no pain from that. 6+, come on. No.
Okay, so that's 1 wound, and we do get 1 deflagrate, which is also a wound.
Ooh, 5 up again. 6 up, feel no pain. Hot diggity, 2 wounds.
Next fire, we had the Porphyrion level its Magna las cannons at that squad of 3 drones that are under strength. A lot of misses, and even with our twin linked, we actually missed a couple. So only 7 hits in total, but strength 10, so 2s to wound. Ooh, 2 1s, not what we need, but that is 5 wounding hits.
Okay, invulnerables. Wow, that is a roll, right?
That's amazing. After that amazing round of saves, the Porphyrion will fire its Ironstorm missile pod. It hits slap bang on the unit just in front and clipped 3 and 1 in the unit behind. So we've got 3 wounds on the front unit, 5s to wound. None, unfortunate. And 1 hit on the unit behind, 5s to wound, none. Really unfortunate. Next to fire, we have the Paladin on our left flank. Fired its rapid-fire battle cannon. 1 shot scattered away and did nothing, unfortunately. But the second shot scattered slightly and clipped 3 of the drones in that back squad. So strength 8, 3s to wound. 2 wounds, we'll take that. AP 3.
5 ups, come on. Oh, I didn't think we were going to get lucky this time. Followed by 2 6s. Feel no pain. We get 1 and we take 1 wound.
Next up, we have the best weapon in the game, the Heavy Stubber. 3 shots. Maybe not for a Knight Aspirant.
Yeah.
Last to shoot, we have the Styrics on the right flank as well. Its Volkite weapon into the front squad. 5 shots hitting on 3s. Ooh, drop 2, not great. And then strength 8, so we're wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, not as good as we'd like, but not too bad.
Okay, 5 up invulnerable, 6 up feel no pain. No, and that is 2 wounds, the lead worker.
Okay, deflagrate. Oh, 1 out of the dice tray, getting excited. Or double 2, so no extra wounds. MALINAX, end of turn 2. A little bit of a strange shooting phase there. Nothing really hitting to effect, not even the Porphyrion. We're getting a bit closer and we're moving towards our onslaught objective, which is good. But I have a feeling we're going to take a lot of punishment next turn. But we might be able to get some charges in as well and bring those destroyer melee attacks into bear.
XENOS turn 3 movement phase. The army has pushed forward as hard as they can. They're nearly at the metal road now, which is a great start. And we're going to try and pour our firepower into this Paladin on the left-hand side here. That ionic flare shield of that Mechanicum Knight is really tough, so we're probably going to avoid it. We've tried to avoid the flank charge from the Lancer. So these 3 units here have pushed into the centre of the board, and we are trying to make our way to that landing pad. XENOS turn 3 shooting. We're going to start with the unit of 3 worker drones on the left-hand side of the screen there. And we are going into that Paladin. We require 3s to hit. Oh my word, look at those 1s. Okay, that's 4 hits, 5s and 6s. Come on. 1 glance, 1 pen. That is enough to kill it.
Yeah, that might be enough. So glance first, I suppose. 5 up. Ooh, okay, we escape just for now. Pen. No, the penetrating hit goes through. All
right, if we can get some extra damage, we're golden. We need a 6. Oh, that was really close, but we do take a whole point off that Paladin. Moving on to the Guardian drone in front of the Paladin, we're going to try and take the last whole point off with that, and then we'll pull the mass amount of firepower into the Styrics. So let's start here. We'll go 2 to hit. Oh, thankfully. And let's see what damage we can wrought. Okay, that is a 6. Lovely.
Okay, 5 up Iron Shield to deny. Oh.
It looks like we're going to need the massed firepower, the worker drones there to pull down this Paladin. Had some amazing saves so far. 11 shots into the front, requiring 3s. Not a good start, I don't think. But now we need 5s and 6s. We could do with that roll again. Come on. Not bad. 2 glance and a pen. This should do it.
Okay, so we need to make all 3 5-ups to survive here. 2 glances. Oh, made 1, but 1 slipped through in the pen just for fun. That would also slip through, so 2 hits.
Brilliant stuff. All right, it has been destroyed, but let's see what the scatter... Oh, sorry, let's see what the result does first. Catastrophic damage. We've got a devastating explosion, and we'll see where this goes. Hopefully into the Styrax. No, it stays where it is, but that Styrax will suffer a strength 10 on its side armor. It's a strength 8 hit, being a devastating explosion, so we require a 4 to glance. Oh, that is a scatter dice. That's a bit keen, isn't it? Oh, geez, another free hull point, which we lost out on. The worker drones to the right of the Warlord Guardian drone there will fire everything they've got into that Styrax on the metal road there. We've learned that weight of firepower is the only way to get through those shields, so we require 3s to hit. Thankfully, we roll all 1s, thanks to target priority from the Warlords. That was really good. We picked up 3 more by the looks of it. And now we need 6s, unfortunately, to cause any damage. Big roll. Oh, wow. That is a shocker. The unit behind the Warlord will try again. They require 3s to hit. Reroll those 1s. Desperately need those. Nearly a full house. 3 6s. Here we go. I'll get 1. I'll take that.
1's not bad. 4 up Iron Shield. Passed.
Finally, let's see if the Guardian can make an impact. We're again going to go into that Styrax to get rid of that flank, requiring a 2. Thankfully, they get to reroll. Jeez. Maybe not. End of turn 3 for the XENOS. You know, again, a massive amount of firepower firing out into those knights. Pulling 1 down, that Paladin, that was really great. But those Styrax and Majiras, they are really tough to get to grips with. We now need to worry about these Cerastus Knight chassis coming up on the right-hand flank.
MALINAX turn 3 movement. Already a bit of a tough decision. We could have moved that Styrax straight towards the drone unit right in front, and we would have been able to shoot and probably charge. But that onslaught objective is 5 VP, so it's really worth going for. We can probably get flanked and shot, but it's done quite well at surviving so far, and it's distracting the enemy from going after their onslaught objective at worst. In the centre of the board, the Porphyron actually just walked back a little bit. It's those enemies are getting a bit closer, and he wants to keep firing for as long as possible. On our right flank, the second Styrax made a beeline straight for the enemy Warlord, and the 2 Cerastus chassis moved their full distance and will probably flank speed both of them. Turn 3 shooting, and we open up with the Porphyron. It's launched its Magna las cannons at the unit directly in front of the Guardian drone that isn't the Warlord. A little bit of scatter, and using the twin linked, we ended up with 5 hits and 1 on the Guardian drone behind. So you do 5 against the unit, hit wounding on 2s. Those are all wounds, that's fantastic. AP2, so
come on, 5 ups. Oh, we get 2.
Yeah.
Feel no pain, 6. Oh, wow.
Okay, only 1 wound goes through. Going on to the Guardian, hoping for a bit of better luck. It's strength 10, toughness 8, so still 2s to wound. That is a wound just.
4 up invulnerable.
Ooh.
Feel no pain. Oh, no, it does take a wound.
Next, the Porphyron fires its Ironstorm missile. Massive blast. We were hoping to repeat the success of the Magnas, but big scatter meant it landed directly on the head of that Guardian drone and clipped nothing else. We do get a hit, but it's only strength 6, toughness 8, so 6s to wound. Ooh, we do get a wound. It's only AP4, however.
2 up. Oh, it's out the dice tray. It was a 6, though. Oh, we're okay.
Next to fire, we have the Styrax. It's going to fire its Volkite weapon into the unit 4. If we can drop 1, that drops the number of shots because they get extra shots per model in the unit. So see what we can do. We're not in charge range anyway. So 5 shots hitting on 3s. Only 1 dropped. That's great. Strength 8, toughness 7, so 3s to wound. Triple 1. Okay, only 1 wound.
Invulnerable 5+. Out the dice tray yet again. 6 feel no pain. No, and that is a wound.
Deflagrate. No, fails to wound.
Ooh.
Next up, we have the second Styrex. It's going to put all its shots into the Guardian drone that is the Warlord, as it's a 10 centimeter charge, and we're going to give it a go later on the turn. So we have 5 shots from our Volkite, 2 dropped, so 3 hits. It's strength 8, toughness 8, so 4s to wound. Oh, 1 out of the dice tray, getting a bit excited. Okay, 2 wounds, not bad. It's only AP3, so you get your 2 up.
2 up armor save. Oh, we are golden.
Next fires the Styrex. We'll take a chance with our Graviton gun. Fired out, hit the Guardian drone, which is really great. It now needs to pass a strength check.
Its strength is 8, but it's automatic fail on a 6. Unbelievable.
There we go.
But we do get an armor save against it on a 2+. Yeah, thankfully.
Okay. Last up, we have the 2 Cerastus Knights. The Castigator was in range to fire the HQ, but it's only a strength 7 shot, and we think it's probably better to gain some ground. So we did our flank speed. Amazingly rolled a 14 on the Castigator, and same decision for the Knight Lancer. Warlord too far away to fire, so we rolled for flank speed, and amazingly rolled a 17 on 3 dice. MALINAX turn 3 assault phase, and we only have 1. We're going to try with the Styrex, a long bomb, 10 centimeter charge into the Guardian drone Warlord. Oh, saw the 5, but that is a 7. That is a fail. End of turn 3 for MALINAX. Not bad overall. We didn't do very much damage with our shooting, really failing again there. However, we're starting to flank the enemy and pen them in slightly. They're going to have to make a tough choice about whether they turn and fight us or head towards their objective.
XENOS turn 4 movement, and this is a huge decisive turn for the XENOS army. The Warlord has pushed around and got in the side armor of the Mechanicum Knight there, and the 2 workers have pushed forward. The other Guardian drone has joined that little trio of knights there, and will try and pile all of its firepower into that knight and destroy it. 1 unit of worker drones have made a break for the objective towards the Acastus, and then finally 2 of these units here, worker drones, have got in the side arc of that knight, and it will need to choose its facing. XENOS turn 4 shooting. We're going to start on the left hand side of the screen there with these 3 worker drones into the side of the Styrex. And the shield is on the right hand side, so we're going to an unprotected knight, which is brilliant. We require 3s to hit. Oh no way, that was bad. And now we need 5s to glance, 6 to pen, but we are unshielded. Okay, not too bad. We get a pen, and let's see if we can get some additional damage, which we can't. Okay, so just 1 whole point. All right, we've now been forced to fire on the right side of the knight, which is shielded from that unit of 4 to its right. 11 shots requiring 3s. Oh, pretty shocker of a roll again, but not too bad. And now we need 6s. Oh, come on. 1, we'll take that.
Okay, 4 up Iron Shield. Oh, passed.
The worker drones in the middle of the board there will fire it into the front facing of that Styrex. The shield is on its left, so we will get an unfettered shot at its front armor. We have 11 shots requiring 3s to hit. Now that is a roll to hit. That is pretty good. 5s and 6s. Let's go. Oh, jeez. That is 1 glance. The drones to the front of that Styrex will also fire 5 shots requiring 3s. They are within 12 of the Warlord, so we get to re-roll. Picked 1, that's good. We need those 6s next. 5s and 6s, glance and pen. Oh, wow. 1 glance. The Guardian drone in the center of the board will also fire into that knight. 2s to hit. Oh, that is a 5, we'll take it. Now we're rolling the destroyer table to see what we get. It's a 3, brilliant, so this is just D3 whole points. Ooh, that's another 3, fantastic. Finally, the Guardian drone to the left hand of that Styrex will fire its Disruption Spike. It's a Haywire Flamer template, essentially. And we've already hit, and we just need to roll for the damage. That is a glance. We need an invulnerable Ion Shield save.
Okay, this is enough to kill it. It's 1 whole point left, 4 up. Ooh, pass.
The Guardian drone Warlord has had to resort to the big guns now. Heavy Mind Blast, hitting on a 2. Rerolling due to Warlord, but we don't need it. It's on the D table. Unbelievably rolls a 1, and it looks like we're going to have to take it down in combat. XENOS turn 4 assault phase. We've had to resort to a charge to bring that really tough knight down. We have 2 Hammer of Wrath at initiative 10 from the worker drones. They're strength 7 and require 5s to glance. 6s to glance, sorry, they fail. But now we have a Guardian Drone in the side, strength 8, side armor 12, requiring a 4. Come on. Finally, we've stripped the last whole point off that knight. Let's roll for the explosion. Oh, it is a Titanic. Let's see where it goes. Well, thankfully, it goes away, but I don't think it's going to clear the HQ. The Warlord has been hit with a D shot, and we require a roll on the chart.
Okay, D weapon. Ooh, nearly a 6. That would have been good, but that is D3 wounds. You do get your invulnerable save against it.
Good stuff. We need a 5+ in combat, which we fail.
Okay, D3. 1. Unfortunate, but it's a free wound.
There is a feel no pain here, an exception to the rule, but we fail. He takes a wound.
Okay.
One of those Guardian drones has been hit by a strength 5 AP4 blast, so requires a
6 to wound? No, unfortunate.
Okay, and the Warlord will consolidate 6, and the 2 Guardians will go 5. Moving on to the charge on this side of the board, the unit on the right has an 11-inch charge, so big charge. Okay, that's a 7. And then finally, the unit on left require a 7. Oh, just lovely. The drones have made it into combat with the Styrics. They get a Hammer of Wrath on the side armor, and they need a 5 to glance. Love to get 2 5s here. Oh.
Striking at initiative 4, we need to see if we can bring down a couple of these drones before they get the chance to smash attack at initiative 3. We have the Hecaton Siege Claw, so D weapon, however, 3 attacks hitting on 3s. Ooh, all 3 hit, that's fantastic. Destroyer weapon. Ooh, okay, no 6s, which is what we're fishing for, but no 1s either, so that is 3d3. However, you get your invulnerable save.
Yes, all right, we need 6s here. Could do with a couple.
Ooh.
Good.
Shrugs off 1, so 2d3. Ooh, a 2 and a 3, so 5 wounds overall from 2 hits.
We'll allocate 2 of those hits onto the drone that's already taken a wound already, and it requires 6 up, feel no pain, which we failed, so it's down to 2 wounds. Sorry, down to 1 wound. That was a bit of luck. It didn't manage to kill that worker drone. Now we can allocate the rest onto it as well. It's got 1 wound left with 3 wounds to take for it. We fail, and that only kills one of those worker drones. The drones will come in with their smash attacks. They require 4s to hit. Oh, we needed a full house. It's not going to happen. Let's see if we can get an explosion on this one, which we don't, and it's just a whole point, unfortunately. We get to reroll thanks to smash. Okay, that is a pen this time. Good stuff. And now we'll see if we can get some additional damage on a roll of 6.
Ooh.
Wow, which we do. And this is D3. All out of the dice tray. The tension's high. Unbelievable. Only 2 whole points. It is remaining with 1. End of turn 4 for the XENOS. Not a bad turn. It would have been lovely to do a little bit more damage here. Not getting those Hammer Wraths, even just 1 would have made a huge difference. However, we're in a good place. We do have 2 of those Cerastus chassis bearing us down, but they may not get a charge this turn. And of course, the Porphyron is ever vigil on the battlefield.
MALINAX turn 4 movement, and the Lancer and the Castigator have moved up. That's all there is really to do. We'll probably shoot and then see if we can charge either the drones or the Guardian drone in combat. MALINAX turn 4 shooting, and we're starting with the Porphyron. Fired out the Magna Las cannons. A little bit of scatter, but we use the Twin Link to good effect. 2 hits from every blast, so 8 on that unit total. Wounding on 2s. Oh, 1 out the dice tray, bit excited. Oh, 2 1s there, not ideal, but that is 6 wounding hits.
All right, invulnerable saves, you know the drill. 5+. That is a really good roll. 6s, feel no pain. Nope. And the lead worker drone takes 3 wounds.
Next up, the Ironstorm fired. Scattered again, unfortunately, but clipping 1, so 5 to wound. No wound. Finally, we have 2 hull-mounted las cannons in range, so hitting on 2s. 2 hits, strength 9, toughness 7, 2s to wound. Oh, 1-1.
Oh.
So 1 wound.
5 up. Oh, feel no pain. This will make it. Oh, wrong way. That is another wound, and that will kill the lead drone.
Next up, we have the Knight Castigator. It wants to charge the Guardian drone that is the Warlord, so we're going to put all our shots into that. It is 8 shots hitting on 3s. However, it is a twin-linked bolt cannon. 1 fails to hit. It's only strength 7, toughness 8, so 5's to wound, unfortunately. But that's not bad. 3 wounding hits. And again, it is only AP 3, so it does get its 2 up armor save, but we see what we can do.
2 up, come on. Okay, that's good.
Bit of a difficult decision. We decided not to fire with the Lancer. We don't want to increase our charge distance if we do kill that front drone, as the Lancer is going to charge the worker drones. Turn 4 Malinax, combat phase, an amazing job. We made both our charges with the Castigator and the Lancer. We'll start with the Lancer into the worker drones. Initiative 10, we do have a Hammer of Wrath, which does wound.
Okay, 3 up armor for that one. Oh, we fail. We do get Feel No Pain from that, which we pass. Lovely.
Striking at initiative 5 with the Swift Strike rule. Doesn't really make much difference, but it's nice to know. We have 5 attacks on the charge from the Lancer, hitting on 3s.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So that is 1 hit. We do have a roll on the D weapon chart. That is a 3, so that is D3, but there is first a
6 up in Van. Yeah. Go on. Wow!
Oh, we thought it was a sure thing, but there we go. We can't be too cocky.
Striking back against the Lancer, the 2 worker drones. Now, because they are monstrous creatures, or gargantuan creatures rather, the shield on the front of that knight causes -1, so we are hitting on 5s. Oh, nothing. That combat will continue.
Next up, we have the Knight Castigator crashing into the HQ, the Warlord Guardian drone there. We have a Hammer of Wrath at initiative 10, wounding on 2s with a 1. Okay, it's a good start. We have 4 attack space, 5 on the charge. We really need this to go better than the other assault. So hitting on 3s, there we go. That's the roll we wanted. It is not a D weapon for once. We have a Tempest Warblade, which is strength 10, AP 2. So 2s to wound. 1-1. That is 3 wounding hits at AP 2.
We might survive this. We need a 5 up invulnerable in combat. Come on. We only take 2 wounds, but we do get Feel No Pain. So 5 up for Feel No Pain. Wow.
Oh my god.
Unbelievably, that Guardian Drone Warlord escaped some heavy damage there. We fight back with our 2 attacks with our Disruption Spike. Require 4s. We really need this. We get 1. We'll take that. It's strength 10 armor bane. More than 3. Oh, you are kidding me. All right, so that is a glance and a whole point has been suffered. At the end of those 2 combats, the 2 units will try and use their phase shift ability, which essentially gives them hit and run. So the Guardian has initiative 2. We need 2 or under. Oh, that's unlucky. Could have done with that. And now the Guardians are 3 or under, and they pass, and they will move 3d6 in a straight line directly back, and they will go 11 centimeters.
Last up, we have the combat between the Styrax and 2 worker drones. He is on 1 hull point, so we desperately need to kill these before the end of the combat, or before their initiative step rather. 3 attack space, hitting on 3s. Okay, we drop 2. It's not going to happen. However, we have a destroyer weapon, D3 wounds.
Whoa, 6 up in combat. Come on. No.
Almost. D3, 2 wounds dealt out.
Feel no pain. No. And one of those drones is down to 1 wound. Unbelievably, those drones have survived that combat. There are 2 smash attacks hitting on 4s. 1 hit as per the standard here. And we require 3s to glance, 4s to pen. That is a pen, and that will destroy that knight. We'll roll on the destroyer table. Titanic explosion yet again. And we'll see where the blast goes. Ooh, that's good. We'll have a quick measure and come back to you. Thankfully, the worker drones escaped the center of that blast, which was D, but one of them is hit by a strength 10 AP3 blast.
Okay, 2s to wound. There we go, that is a wound.
Oh, all right, 5 up, invulnerable, brilliant.
Ooh.
And the second one is clipped by the next concentric ring of strength 5 AP4.
So 6 to wound, no wound.
Lucky ducky, and we will consolidate a mighty 5 centimeters.
End of turn 4 for Malinax. Really variable. The shooting was quite good and the melee looked really promising. We could have felled the Warlord and killed another unit and claimed that flank, but both knights effectively bounced off the XENOS, not doing much damage. We've pushed up. We're locked in combat in 1, but the Lancer might take a lot of shots next turn, and we're allowing the XENOS almost free access to their onslaught objective, and we now no longer have any models anywhere near ours, pretty much meaning we won't be able to claim it.
XENOS turn 5 movement. The tide has turned for the XENOS. It's looking pretty good. All of the units are still intact. They are a little bit depleted, but they are making a charge towards their objective to secure their victory points. The 2 Guardian drones are left behind to try and tie up those Cerastus chassis, where we will pressure the Knights to determine where the shields go, and hopefully we can capitalise on that. So we'll see what happens. XENOS, turn 5 shooting phase. We're going to start with the Guardian drone in the flank of that Lancer. The shield is towards the front, so we've got an unfettered access to it. I'm going to use our disruption spike first of all, and it's already hit, and we just need to roll on the damage table. Unbelievable, it's a 1. Cluster spines fire out from the Guardian drone into the side once again. They all hit. We need 6s to glance. I say I deserve a 666 there to make up for that haywire attack, so that's 1 whole point. Finally, our heavy Mind Blast reaches out and hits unbelievably. Let's roll on the chart. Oh, it's a 4, so this is D3 whole points. Oh, that is a 1. The worker drones on that ridge will fire into the side of the Lancer, just try and take some more off it. We get 3 hits. We're 5s and 6s. Oh, 1 penetrate. Let's see if we can get some more damage, which we don't, and that is another whole point. The drones in the foreground of that shot there will fire into the front of the Lancer. There are 11 shots requiring 3s. Wow, that is okay. We could do that in the next roll. We need a 5 or a 6. That is appalling. 5 shots from the 2 drones on the left-hand side there will go again into the front of that Cerastus Knight, requiring 3s. Oh, jeez. 5s and 6s, come on. 1's out the dice tray, got excited. Okay, that's a glance and a pen.
Glance and a pen, all right. It is a Seneschal, so 4-up invuln becomes a 3-up, which is great. Glance, ooh, it's a cocked dice, but a 6 and a pen, both shrugged off.
Tough decision to make here. We could have done with those extra shots from the worker drones in the middle of the screen into the side armour of that Knight. However, they are going to make a run for the objective because it's worth 5 rich points. So a big run move would be nice. Oh, he built it up too much. And that is a 1. XENOS turn 5 assault phase. We need a 5-centimetre charge. Fingers crossed. Oh, it's out the dice tray and that's a 2. Unbelievable. Okay, we do make it. Hammer of Wrath, we need a 4 to glance. That's good.
Okay, we do get our shield save in combat. It's a 5-up, but the Seneschal adds +1, so 4-up. Doesn't make any difference. So that is 1 whole point. He's down to 2 remaining. Striking back at initiative 4, we have 4 attacks from the Lancer into the Guardian drone. We really need to do some damage here before we are attacked back. Hitting on 3s. Oh, still 2 2s. Not great. However, destroy a table. Come on. 2d3. That might be enough if we roll really high, but first we have an invuln to cut through.
5 in combat, 5 up. Oh,
okay. Double 3 would be good here. Double 5 and 6. Oh no, not even close. So 1 and a 2 on the D3 table. So 3 wounds dealt.
Feel no pain though. 5 plus. Okay, we do get 1, so we suffer 2 wounds and we're down to half health. The Guardian drone has 3 attacks, but we are hitting on 5s, unfortunately, due to that shield on the Lancer. Oh, 1. Hopefully that's all we need. With Strength 10, AP 1 Armor Bane. Oh, that's not a good start. 2. Okay, so we do get a pen. Fantastic news.
Okay, we do get a 4-up invuln in combat against that. That passes. There we go. Shrugged off the attack.
Just a quick note there. The Lancer was concussed, so we did it a little bit out of order, but it doesn't matter, and the combat will continue. Moving on to the next combat, the Warlord versus the Castigator. 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Come on. Unbelievable. With Strength 10, AP 1 Armor Bane. So that is a pen followed by a pen. This is good stuff. 2 rolls on the chart plus 2 to the results. Oh my word. That is a double 6. We've got 2 whole points plus 2d3. 1's out of the tray, so plus 2. So another 4. So that is 6 total, destroying that Castigator. Let's roll on the D chart. That's just an explosion, and let's see where the shot scatters. Oh, that's 3 dice. We'll use that. We'll measure that and get back to you. The Warlord has been clipped by that D shot, so let's roll on the chart to resolve that.
Okay, Exploding Knight, let's see what it can do. On the destroyer table, almost 6. So that is D3 wounds.
Okay, so we'll do our invulnerable. Fail.
Okay, D3, 1. Unfortunate, but better than nothing.
Feel no pain.
Oh.
Save. Nice. End of turn 5 for the XENOS. Not a bad turn. Taking down that Castigator with the Warlord was fantastic. We did try the Warlords. It will not die, but it failed. However, the Guardian in combat with the Lancer managed to regain 1 wound. We're now making a really big push for the objective, and the only thing standing in our way is that Porphyron.
MALINAX turn 5, nice and simple, nothing to move. Our Warlord in the Lancer is locked in combat, and the Porphyron is going to stand still to shoot everything he can at the oncoming XENOS. Turn 5 shooting, all we have is the Porphyron, and it opened up with its Magna las cannons. It targeted the unit closest to the onslaught objective, seeing if we can whittle them down. After the dust settled, 6 hits, so we have 6 wounds, or 6 wounds to roll on 2s. That's all wounded, lovely.
Whoa.
So AP2 cuts through the armor.
All right, let's go into our vulnerables of 5 plus. No. 6 up, feel no pain. We get 1, but that will kill 1 worker drone and put 1 wound on another.
Next up, the Ironstorm fired out, same unit, and we clipped both the models in the unit, so 2 hits. 5s to wound with strength 6. That is 1 wound, only AP4 however.
3 up armor, fail, feel no pain, also failed, and that's another wound.
Last up, we have the 2 hull-mounted las cannons. Let's see if we can strip off that last 2 wounds on that model. 2 to hit, that is 2 hits, and 2s to wound. That is 2 wounds at AP2.
Jeez. All right, invulnerable 5s, 6 up, feel no pain. Wow.
Ooh, okay, and that keeps one of those models alive. Turn 5 assault phase, and we are straight into the combat between the Warlord in the Knight Lancer and the Guardian drone with who's taken 2 wounds. We have 2 whole points left on that Lancer, and we are striking last due to concussive, which is a bit of a worry. However, we have 2 attacks to survive.
2 attacks for the Guardian drone, hitting on 5s. That is 1 hit, strength 10, armor bane, AP1. It's a pen. See if we can get some extra damage, plus 2 to this, but there is a shield save.
Okay, 4 up in combat from the Iron Shield. There we go.
Got carried
Turned
away.
it aside. Attacking back at initiative 1, we have 4 attacks with our Lance, hitting on 3s. Ooh, drop 2 again. He's not a happy boy. D chart, however. Okay, there we go. That is a 6. That is a 6 plus D6 wounds. No saves of any kind, so let's just roll it. 6. 12 wounds from a single hit, and that model is exploded, probably. At the end of that very successful combat, we have a consolidation roll of 2 centimeters. End of turn 5, not too bad. Our Warlord trait does grant us it will not die, so luckily we get a chance to regain one of these wounds. 6. There we go. He's back down to 3 hull points. End of turn 5, and we've done pretty well with the limited resources we have. That Lancer's finally made up for himself and done a good job. Regaining a hull point was fantastic, but the amount of shots we're going to have coming at us next turn is going to be pretty frightening. We're in a sort of David and Goliath situation here. However, we are stopping them at the moment from their onslaught objective. We've killed a couple, and if they can't quite get to their onslaught objective, we might be in for a chance of fighting for a draw.
6th and final turn for the XENOS. What a game it's been. The Warlord has moved round to try and get the side armour on that Knight. However, a couple of units have moved also into the flanks, so it will force the Knight to decide where it's having its shield. And then finally, 2 units have pushed forward for that objective. They're not quite within its range yet, and one of those or both of them will have to run, and hopefully they won't get shot off from that Porphyron. But the game hangs in the balance. Amazingly, the unit on the left there ran 6 centimeters, and they are well within the reach of that objective. The unit to their right also ran and managed a mighty 3. XENOS turn 6 shooting, and will start off with the Warlord, and he will fire his cluster spines into the side of that Knight, requiring 2s to hit. They all hit, lovely. And we require 6s, side armor 12. No, that is nothing. Now we'll move on to the Disruption Spike. It's a haywire attack, which causes a glance, increasing the hull points to 2 remaining. Finally, the Guardian Warlord will fire its Heavy Mind Blast, requiring 2s. It does hit this time, good stuff. There's no invulnerable, and let's see what we get. It's a 2, and we get D3 hull points. Finally, a decent result. That does kill the Lancer. Let's roll on the D table. Oh, it's another Titanic, and we'll see where the shot goes. Thankfully, it is away from that Warlord, and that will cause no damage. End of turn 6 for the XENOS. What a turn. We've managed to deal with all of those knights, apart from the Potharon, and we have one unit really close to the objective. Let's hope we can't get shot off it, and then we stand a chance of winning.
MALINAX turn 6, movement and shooting. We have a single model left on the board, but it will make itself felt. The Potharon doesn't need to move, and it will open up straight away. If we can destroy that unit that is on the objective, there's only 5 wounds left in it. We will knock them off the objective. That's the end of the game, and they won't score their onslaught objective, which is a huge deal. So we've rolled all our Magna las cannon shots. One scattered really badly and hit the squad behind, which is so 1 hit there, but the rest scored 6 hits against the squad on the objective, which is great. So 1 against the rear squad just to start with, wounding on 2s. 1, so nothing. Okay, 6 wounds, this is the big one, wounding on 2s, all 6 wounds. There we go, AP2.
All right, Invulnerables, 5 ups, come on.
Ooh.
That's a good start. And we require 6s, feel no pain. Wow.
Coming in when you need them.
All right, that will kill the lead worker drone. However, there is still one within range of that objective.
Next, we're desperate to see what we can do. We fired the Iron Storm. It's scattered, but still clipped, the same unit. 5s to wound. That is not a wound, unfortunately, strength 6. And then finally, we have 2 las cannons hitting on 2s. 1 missed on a 1. 2s to wound. Come on. There we go. At least we got 1 wound.
All right, invulnerable, feel no pain. Wow.
Feel no pain's coming in at the end of the game, and that is all we can do. That is the end of the game. Unfortunately, we couldn't knock them off that onslaught objective, but we'll tot up the victory points and see who has won.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, and there was some really wild moves happening in that game. Eh?
That was a desperate game.
It was.
From start to finish, almost. That was brutal. More so that I knew it was going to be brutal, but that was mad.
Yeah, I must admit, I had no idea that the drones would get so far onto that objective. I just figured they were going to get to the road and then get obliterated. Games we've played in the past, that Potharon has been phenomenal.
I think it was, from memory, turn 1, it did a huge amount.
Yeah.
It almost scored the onslaught objective where you wipe out a unit, turn 1, you get a VP. Almost scored it on its own, and I was like, whoa, this is going to be great. And then I think it just pinged off armor for the rest of the game. It didn't do amazingly. I think you spread out a bit more, but dice rolls. That's how it goes. I think it was consistent damage still. It did multiple wounds a turn, but it was that first turn it did amazingly. Yeah,
and also from experience, I know to just ignore it because those knights are much deadlier in combat, and to suffer some of those wounds from the Potharon, although they are really good, it's nowhere near as devastating as the combat that you can brought on the XENOS. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't let my emotions get the better of me. I played a little bit more sensibly in this game, but it was really tough, really tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have a look at those victory points. Unfortunately for the Knights, it's a clean sweep for the XENOS. They managed to get their onslaught objectives worth 5. They got Warlord and they got Attrition, which put them on to 7-0. Wow.
Yeah. First time we've had that in the campaign and for a while. But
yeah.
It was thematic as well. It was we were sent out as a desperate sort of holding force. Failed, underestimated the XENOS. From a game point of view, I think the score, as often, it does not represent how close the game was. A few key rolls and sort of mad luck or unluck in either both our favours, I think. Yeah. Tipped key moments. I think I seem to remember you passing 5 invuns and feel no pain and that sort of thing in one go, which is amazing work. And then early part of the game, my ions were pretty
amazing.
Yeah, so I think we were both blessed and cursed in luck. But I think some key moments swung it, and again, the score doesn't really represent it, but that's how it goes. I think it's a great game.
Absolutely. So how does our campaign points look so far?
Okay, so we were on 3 each to start with. We had a win each and a draw. 2 for a win, 1 for a draw, 0 for a loss. So we were into this drawn the XENOS are now ahead by 2, 5-3.
Yes.
Coming out from behind at the start of the campaign. First mission you were behind.
Yep.
So that's really good. So the Knights now need to dig in and win the next game to give us a chance of winning the campaign or drawing.
Yeah. So for the next campaign, we've got a really, really special mission, which I think will be really cool. We've got an endless wall, or endless waves rather, of XENOS creatures crashing on the walls of the fortress, this really big city.
It's going to be amazing. Think Starship Troopers mixed with Pacific Rim, mixed with the Siege of Terror. It's going to be amazing. Wait till you see the board that David's built. Yeah,
it should be quite fun. We're in a really narrow gully and we've been funneled into this kind of gate, which I can imagine will be held stalwartly by a castigator or an Acheron or something of equal measure to prevent the XENOS getting into the city. There might be some aircraft in this one as well, which might be really cool. And even the walls have got guns.
Definitely. It's going to be a lot of guns, edging ever so slightly closer to combined arms, land, sea and air almost. Maybe not sea, but yeah.
We're going to try. We'll really be looking forward to this for next game, so hopefully we'll put on a spectacle for you. But if this game is anything to go by, the next one will be wild.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so good. Genuinely can't wait for us to film it in person as well, as much as for you guys.
It's a tiny board as well. The board is that long. I think it's 56 centimetres long, and it's about that wide. So it's about 25 centimetres wide. So it will be cool. All right, that's enough of us. Great game for today. And we'll see you in game 5.